ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Who Hub. Now I've got new lighting. I know it doesn't look as good as regular, but I've got a new light and a new light bulb in my room. It's quite bright, so it could look awful this video in terms of lighting, which I'm really sorry about. It could look really grainy. But anyway, welcome to this video where I'll be reviewing Primeval Series 1, Episode 1. Let's get into it. So, Primeval Series 1, Episode 1 is a incredible story. It centers around Nick Cutter as he tries to find his wife, and he finds a newspaper that says a creature attack in the Forest of Dean where she disappeared. So he and his laboratory partner Stephen Hart go to discover, but they meet people like Colin Temple, who is one of his students. They meet Abby Maitland from the zoo, and they also meet Claudia Brown, which has lead them to find other dinosaurs around the area and find anomalies, which are cracks in time that allow you to go to the past. And then they have to go to the Home Office with James Lester, where they basically, that's the team base for this season, or series. I'm not American, series, and therefore it just kind of spins off like that. And also we basically get a crux for each character in the story. But yeah, let's get into the review. So the first thing I want to talk about in the story is the pre-title sequence where we see Helen Cutter, as she is the first character we're introduced to in the entire show. Believe it or not, by this point we don't know who she is, but this character is a really good opening for the show because it shows you how they're done, like the fear factor and also the grandeur of it. And also it's pretty funny seeing Asda around, in Primeval. But yeah, it's a pretty good opening, and you get roar from the Gorgonopsid right before the titles go into that incredible title sequence here. Tick-a-doo-doo-doo, boo-boo-boo. Will never get old at all. I love that title sequence. Probably one of my favourites. Second most iconic in my childhood, behind Doctor Who, in my opinion. The team's introductions now. We get many introductions to the team, including the first team member we meet is Cutter. With Stephen, they're walking around the university until they run into Connor, who is one of Cutter's students, and therefore that's how the crux of the team starts. It just starts with those three, and then Abby and Claudia join later on. But I love this intro because Connor's like, Colin Temple, he's like, and then Cutter and his Douglas Central's like, I think you're looking for I can't do a Scottish accent. I think you're looking for archaeology. He said, no, it's my name. One of his students. I just never turn up for any of the seminars. It's really funny, and it's true to Connor's character, which is one of the things that I admire about the show. It stays true to the characters every time, which I like. Apart from that, I just like this bit as well. Abby's introduction's good at the zoo. You see her wanting to go meet Ben and Rex, so that kind of gives her a reason to be in the show. I'll get onto Claudia's in a minute, but yeah, I really enjoy the character introductions. They make sense, they're not forced, they're not shoehorned in, and that's really something that I like about this introduction. There's some companions in Doctor Who, it's very forced, and yeah, not gonna say Clara, but Clara. But yeah, anyway, I just think it's a really cool introduction for the characters on the show. Let's move on to Ben, who I really don't like in this episode. No, that's not the problem. I think it's just the actor is a little bit subpar. Now I understand he's a child actor, and yes, I look 12. I'm actually in my last year of school, guys, believe it or not, in the UK. So yes, I'm doing my GCSEs this year. So, it's I know it's hard to act, especially in a big scene, in a big serious show, but I hate it. It was cringe when he's only got his mother saying, there was a dinosaur, tell them, Abby. I was like, later on, when he's having got a teacher, don't open it. One more thing I could do any better, just because of the acting talent that they have in Primeval, it just seemed a little bit off. Now, his character does serve a purpose, and he almost gets his ass handed to him by the Gorgonopsid, so, there are bonus points, but yes, it is a little bit, forward in introduction, which again, I don't like, because as I said, I don't like forced introductions, and this is the one that I feel is a bit forced. She comes over, kisses Cutter, and then she's like, I'm from the Home Office, come with me. And then it's like, I understand that she's also seen the hoax or the Gorgonopsid and stuff, But it makes me go, wait, that's all it takes. Is Jenny going, right, yeah, there's Gorgonauts on this, right, shape into action, done. Really? Yeah, it is a bit strange. I'm gonna have to be honest, it is a bit strange to me personally that that they just allow her to come on the team. Not understand that this character serves a purpose, but I felt like she had more of a meaningful impact on the team and came on in a better way. To me personally, I feel like that would have been better. I don't know. I feel that just the way she kissed Kyle, which is funny. I like that bit. Like, I had to slow below there, you're my boyfriend, and she just comes with her, and it's like, why? Like, everyone else serves their purpose. Abby is very good with animals. Connor's like the computer geek, so he obviously has all the tech. Steven's like the action hero of the show, and Carter's the leader. But Claudia, what does she serve? She's just a cover-up artist, by which point they don't even know whether this is real or not. So yeah, I don't think it's that well written personally. I keep saying personally too much. And yeah, I don't think it's well written. It's not continue to be all negative. There are a lot of positives on the episode, including the presence of the creature, the Gorgonopsid, before you even see it on screen. Because obviously you see the cow in the tree, you see the blood on his hand, and you hear the breath, and you have that shot of the shadow over the leaf. You have like the roars in the forest. You have the orchestral music behind it, and it is incredible. Just the fear factor of the Gorgonopsid even being on screen, because you don't know whether this is a prank yet. I mean, it's still a really interesting shot, and that's one thing that I think episode 1 is great at showing what they can do with the show and how they can adapt the creatures to be able to be real, because some people they're probably like, yeah, it's a bit far-fetched, but it's incredible. I think this bit is awesome. There's so much of a presence behind it, and you don't know whether Ben, Abby is safe, and it's just, it's awesome. Next bit, how could I not include this? The presence of the opening. Sorry, I read the same note. The opening, the introduction to the anomalies, where you see Ben poke his head to the anomaly, and you just have that music, that iconic music, and you just see it's iconic shot in Primeval, and it's awesome. That I could seriously, I love the show to pieces, but I'd also ridicule it. But this is an incredible shot in the episode. I have just seen this shot by itself and listened to the music here. I think it's one of my favourite moments of Primeval history. I think most fans agree with that. The first time we see the world, we saw the Scutosauruses and all the Dragovals. No, I don't know how you say Rex's lizard species, but yes, I think it's incredible. Also, another thing I like is how the music just adds to this episode. Now, this happens throughout the entirety of Primeval, so, but in this episode particularly, yeah, those, the shot where you see, the team first thing on one, that, and you have the do. There's just so much iconic scores in Primeval episodes. Like this one, again, it makes the background of the episode more important than what you're seeing in the beginning at the start, because you don't know when the creature's going to turn around and attack them. Obviously, I've seen the episode so many times that I obviously know what happens, but just think of how the music adds to the show. It's incredible, and this episode in particular, it really helps, especially before we see the Gorgonopsid, because you just listen to it and you're like, yeah, there's not a music that sounds out of place in this episode. That can't happen in Primeval down the line, but in this episode, it's pretty outstanding. The first look at the Gorgon Opsid, so when he attacks Ben, I freaking love this scene. First of all, because it has the iconic shot of the Gorgon Opsid trying to bite Ben, which is not the only reason I love it because it's Ben, but it's an awesome scene. Why, you finally get the big fear factor of the dinosaurs and the creatures that we'll see on the show. This is the first real attack that we've seen on a human, apart from Helen earlier on in the episode. But yes, I think it's honestly because this sets the team in motion because now they know it's real. And this obviously we've seen Helen in the earlier part of the episode, but now the team knows it's real. Now we know we can get on with the storyline, and it really adds to the show. They used it so much in promotional stuff because it is an iconic shot of the Gorgon Opsid putting his head through that window. I like the references with Ben throwing like one of those electro balls at Gorgon Opsid's head, then getting a lightsaber. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, that leads on to one of my least favourite scenes in Primeval history. We saw the past. Tell them, Abby. Oh God, kill me now. But yeah, it is an incredible scene where the Gorgon Opsid attacks Ben just because it's iconic. Lester, I found Lester very grating in the storyline. I don't know why. I feel like I remember him being incredible. Not really in series 1. I feel like they mellowed his character out in series 2 to 5. But in this episode, he's just a bit of a dick. But he's not at the stage where we can love him for being that. Because obviously he's a bit of a dick throughout the entire show. But in this episode, he's not lovable. He just comes across as... We meant to like this guy. I meant to find this guy funny. Because we don't. Personally, anyway. But yes, honestly, Lester is such an iconic character that when I watched it, I'm like, am I meant to not like Lester? Is this just me? But I think obviously his character will grow, and that's how we love to learn to love him. But in this early episode, I just don't think it works. Ben Miller didn't get how many scenes, so it wasn't that bad, but it just seemed a bit off. Something about it. There was a bit of drag when they find the Scutosaurus to when the Rex scene happens. There is like a 7-minute drag of nothing going on. We start the Abby storyline where Connor's asking about Abby. We have Cutter and the team at Lester's facility not doing much. For about 7 minutes of a 46-minute episode, so it's a bit draggy, but it's not that bad. But just maybe I was a bit bored with that section of the episode. Because nothing happened, and it could have had enough time to capitalise on some story beats for Stephen, but didn't do that, and I feel like already Stephen doesn't get enough character development throughout the show. Anyway, so it is a bit contradictory to so yeah, I feel like you could have used that time a bit better with this part. But it's not that bad. It's not awful. I just wasn't as excited as I was at the rest of the story. We have Rex flying. Now, who doesn't love the scene where Rex leaves the facility and we have Abby say the line, "Did you know he can fly, right?" And then we see Rex start to fly, and then Lester and Cutter go, "Yeah, he can fly. Yeah, pretty good." And then we see him in the lift. Tons of music. It's just a lot of fun, and I love Primeval for doing that. It's one of the things that puts Primeval in many shows, it can be really serious and a very serious scene, very funny scene at the same time, which I love. Then it has the emotional bit at the end where Rex flies into Abby's arms and then Lester has shit on his blades. Pretty funny. It's just a great scene that, again, makes you happy. It makes you go, probably this show can make me laugh. This show can be really really deep and really scary. It has a nice balance, and I think that is important to establish in the first episode, and it did that pretty well. So yeah, Rex flying is one of my favourite scenes of Primeval. Again, this is what this episode has. A lot of great scenes, but the connecting parts a bit. Next up, the pick on someone your own size scene, where Stephen goes to the school and gets the Gorgon Opsid. It's a good scene. I love this one as well. I think Stephen's all, this is one of Stephen's scenes in the episode. He gets a concussion. which, you know, doesn't bother me. It doesn't later on in the episode, but this scene doesn't bother me. I feel like it's fine. Bit of action for action's sake, because obviously we haven't had action for like 40 minutes. 14, I didn't say 40, in the episode, and I feel like we could have, we needed some, so I feel like Steam brought that. I feel like it was a decent scene to continue the story and keep the pace of the storyline. Now, I will do a subject video on this probably, but Cutter's storyline, like the entire show, Primeval, is tragic. I won't get into spoilers for the rest of the episode, you got to watch my reviews for that, but this scene where he goes into the anomaly with Captain Ryan, it was a bit, I don't know how I feel about him yet. I don't remember him that much. Cause maybe that's bad, but I don't remember him that much. But personally, you know, it's just a tragic scene where he's like, no, I'm staying to look for my wife, and you see the body and you're like, is it Helen? Because obviously we saw her before she went into the anomalies, but we haven't seen that come out yet. And we worried that it's Helen, we see the camera, but then he goes, no, it's a male. And then we see that iconic shot going, Helen! And it like echoes. And then Captain Ryan has to knock him out. And then it's, oh, you stay, I stay. And then this is my favorite line, oh, that's just childish. Cotter is awesome in that scene. And then they go through together. And it leads up to the rest of the episode. But now let's go to one of the most contradictory things in the entire show. Stephen comes to gets the Gorgonopsid. Comes out of nowhere at the last minute to save the day. It's a bit Deus Ex Machina. I don't really like that, like the fact it just seemed a bit anticlimactic. Okay, the Gorgonopsid is in, but Steven's fine to drive a car. You know, he got absolutely. It was like, I think the Gorgonopsid rammed his head into Steven. He went through doors, landed his head on concrete, and could still drive mere hours later. Right. Shouldn't he get checked by a doctor? And that's incredible scene to get to this scene, where the Gorgonopsid has been an amazing creature so far. We've seen him be very threatening, but to lose this way, it's a bit, personally. But then the endings of the story is also really great as well, where we see Helen Cutter leave a fossil on Cutter's desk, and then he runs out and he's like, Helen! And you see her just fade away into the trees, and then that ends the episode. But that ending, again, it just adds to a line which will be completely the main focus point of series 1 and 2. But apart from that, yes, that is my review of Primeval series 1 episode 1. I got a rating out of 10 here, and this episode I'm going to give a 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. I feel like it's really great. There's so many good scenes, but there are also characters like Lester, Ben, just dragged in the middle a little bit. So, you know, it's a great episode. I feel like it's an episode that isn't a high rating, but it's great because of nostalgia reasons. So, I wouldn't put it against sort of the best Primeval, but, you know, it's not the worst either. It's kind of middle of the road Primeval for me. Because Primeval, there isn't many bad episodes, in my opinion. Maybe I can think of 2. But that's just my opinion anyway. But yes, but if you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more Primeval videos in the future that aren't reviews, because we're going to the entire series anyway, please leave them down below if you want some like topic videos. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. But before I leave, I met the main man. Hang on, let's just show you that. That's me. And Andrew Lee Potts. That's incredible. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.